up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky. Coach Bew, what's up, man?
What's going on? Have no fear. Big Things Kentucky is here. I'm Coach Bew. My man, Coach TB's on assignment. Coach Truck, what's good, sir?
Coach, man, it's just good to have you back with me, man. We've been out and about, busy as ever, man. Basketball season has finally officially come to a close. Coach, you got any thoughts on basketball, man?
Man, first I'll shout out to you and Ozon and young Jay Bird that are doing y'all's thing, representing Big Thing Kentucky. Coach, how'd it feel being the old head down there, getting my guy Q Walker to Beyond the Game cast together? You know, I know you've been out over a while. You showed them where all the food was, the buried treasures, and the secret alleys, and daggone elevators and stuff to go up there too. So, hey, shout out to you. How was that?
Man, that was nice, man. First of all, just on the basketball season, this was so successful for us. You know, our unofficial county, Big Things County, we had 3 representatives in the final 16. We had WOFO, who we had been saying all year, wait till they get healthy. And sure enough, all the pieces came into place, and look what happened. We had defending champion GRC, like you had even said, it had some losses. People was kind of doubting them, but they proved to be the defending champions that they were. They got to the championship game. And then we had the new kids on the block. My 8-5 Broncos, baby. New coach, Coach Scarberry took over. We had some doubters, wasn't believing in my coach. But look what we did. And it was a great showing, man. And this show, we want to try and, bring it out and talk to some of the stars of that. And up first, we got our man Aden Nelson from Woodford County. Mr. Nelson.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
Man, nothing too much, man. Just enjoying my time right now before I head out.
Oh, hey, man, Coach, we in the presence of greatness right here. This gentleman here does everything.
Yes.
Basketball, football, sweeps up the gym after the game, working such steady at halftime. He's tough, man. Hey, man, great year on the basketball court and the football field. Aden was also a Big Things County award winner, so we had him on that team. Man, great season, man. How was it? Did it take long for you to transition from football to basketball?
It did. Going from football to basketball was a little bit of a struggle for me. Just getting back to conditioning, going up and down, and just getting back my rhythm. And it kind of clicked for me super late in the season. Like, I think it really clicked for me around tournament time, going to Sweet 16. So, yeah, it's a difficult transition, but I'm really now. So.
Now, you said I think that was y'all team as a whole. Like me and Coach Bew were saying, Jasper was out with some injuries. We had my man McQuarrie was out on injury. He talked to him during the Ed Step Classic, and he was trying his best to come get ready. And we were like, man, if all the pieces come into place, watch out for WOFO. Sure enough, man, you make that run, you get to the Final Four, you give it everything you got. Man, just tell us about this season, man.
To be honest with you, it was a little bit of a struggle from the jump. Like if I could have had like a documentary for it, I really would. Like, man, like our first 3 games we lost, we dropped it. It was a lot of going on in the locker room. We was like, man, does anybody really want it for real? We were struggling through the season. And like you mentioned, injuries. I think that last game we played against Warren Central, that was maybe like our 8th game together as a group. Throughout all the games we played, and we still did good. So, it was a struggle, but us coming together and the family we created, that carried us through a lot and got us to the Final Four and allowed us to make history.
All right, man. You committed to West Virginia. They're gonna put you out there in the secondary and do your thing, man. Are you excited about that?
I am. I can't wait. If I'm honest, I really can't wait.
Now, when are you leaving?
I leave May 27th.
Okay.
Man.
And odd enough, that's our graduation. So as soon as I graduate, I gotta go.
You out?
Man, you can't even get the kicker to nothing.
Nope.
All right. So, man, just looking at this team, Coach Jerron, man, tell us what he meant to this team. Like you say, y'all had lost the games, things weren't kind of right. What was his role in helping you guys come together?
Yeah. So my dad, he was intense. That's probably the most intense I've ever seen him throughout my whole life when it comes to coaching, from a coaching aspect, when we was down like that. But it was much needed. You know what I mean? So practice was more intense, more team bonding. He was on that a lot. Um, so I think the more we struggled, the more he picked up and brought us together. We did that on our own, and he also emphasized that a lot as well. So just having, my dad's leadership, that carried us a long way.
Man, to follow up on that question, though, man, this is a very young team. You
Mm-hmm.
and John McCrary was the only two seniors, and then you had the junior and Ethan Johnson, man. So how big was it your role to help get these kids together and kind of hurdle in these young pups and say, look, man, this is how we do it here. Let's go. Let's get going.
It might sound a little cliche, but just being a leader, you know what I mean? Showing them what it really takes if you really want something. And, that's easier said than done. And I think the way we went out was a great example. If you push through the hardships and what you go through, it'll all come to you. If you manifest it and you work hard at what you do, none can stop you. So.
All right, Coach Bew, man, we got another senior who helped make this run from Big Things County just amazing. Our man Kai Simpson from the Frederick Douglass Broncos.
How you doing?
What's going on, man?
First of all, Coach, this gentleman here is a former MLK Duck, starting quarterback and safety, doing his thing for Coach Dish's team. So, he's family, Coach. He's family.
Okay. You had 2 out of the 3 was on the squad.
Coach. Yes, sir. MLK Duck, he's quarterback, played safety, did his thing, switched over to all basketball. But, man, how was it, Kai, man? First of all, great senior season, great 4 years. You led this team as a young pup freshman, running the point, man, coming out there doing your thing. How was it, man? Did it fly by for you?
Yeah, it definitely did. It was a great experience for me, especially playing on RUP. Made it 2 years to EKU, and we never made it out. We keep losing. Third time's a charm, everybody says. So we finally made it happen, made it at RUP, and it was a great experience.
Man, so just tell us, you're coming into your senior season, coach is gone, you get a new coach coming in late, the football players is out playing football, you here grinding like, man, just tell us about that season, man, your emotions and everything going into your senior season.
Well, real quick, this is your third coach in 4 years, correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
So me and Coach Mo, Coach Jason Mosley, that was my guy. We were very close. We had a very close relationship. So he was actually, I was like the first person that knew that he was gone. He called me to his house. He just set me down, and we had a heart-to-heart conversation. It was like everything just laid it down to me. So we didn't know what we was gonna do. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like my head was spinning. We're about to start the season. It's about to be we're about to have a big season. He's ready, and then just happened. So we didn't know what coach we were gonna get. I got a lot of rumors. Of course, rumors came around, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So Scarberry finally got the job. We sat in the auditorium, got the job, and I've known Scarberry. That first year, Kurt Young, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was an assistant there my freshman year. So I didn't play that freshman year. I wasn't really playing, but I was on the bench with him. So I was talking to him, and we was chopping up on the bench, everything that happened. I seen stuff. I wasn't on the floor yet. I didn't deserve to be on the floor yet. So I just kept working hard, and I feel like Scarberry did a great job coming in and leading us from the jump. First, it was we really didn't know what to expect, and he came in and did a great job.
Man, we interviewed Coach Scar a couple times. One of the things we all came up with is, first of all, you're probably the most underestimated and point guard in the city. That's part of the state of Kentucky. You've done your thing in 3 years, been successful, led an older team, led a younger team, underrated. I don't think you get the credit you deserve, young man. Shout out to you for keeping poised.
Appreciate you.
Now, how has it been? Do you go out there play with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder when you step out there?
Definitely. I don't try to look at it too much because, of course, I know what I can do for a team and how I can win. But I see it. So I of course want to prove someone wrong all the time. So I just try to do my best out there and keep that chip on my shoulder each and every day I go out there and play.
Now, as you move on to your next destination and what you want to do, looking back at these young guys, I mean, these were sophomores, basically, doing what they're doing. What's your thoughts on the future of this team, and what do you have anything you leave for them as you get ready to go?
Definitely I tell them each and every day, every time I try to tell them to stay humble and even whenever you guys see it all over social media, don't let it get to your head and think you're this and that, because at the start of the season, nobody was talking about us at all. So I try to keep telling them just like, remember where we came from, basically. And they're going to do great though. Like they're very, I know you see them, they're above the rim at 6'2", 6'3". People think Avion Chenault, like, what? He's 6'2", 6 what? No, like the athleticism is crazy, and they're just going to keep growing from here. So they're going to be great.
Now, tell us about your experience of going to Rupp and playing and getting to the Final Four.
It was great. That big stage, it's so surreal. Like you just like sitting there and like you just hear each and every side. Like I'm not used to hearing four sides. Like I hear two sides like side by side. And like, of course, in our gym, there's little sides, but you don't hear like everybody, the band, everybody around, the whole city's watching, the whole state. Like it's a crazy feeling. And it was definitely one of the best top 5 greatest moments of my life. Definitely.
We're going to bring on Aden, man, as we had plans to bring on somebody else, but we got Aden and Kai. We just wanted to bring y'all on as y'all get ready to leave, man. Y'all had a couple battles. I know y'all have been battling for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Just tell us, man, just about y'all experience coming up. You starting off playing duck football and everything with Coach Butte. Just tell us about y'all time and experience here in Big Things County.
You go ahead.
So just coming up, I transferred back from Nashville. So just having my experience back my junior and senior year, it's been a great feeling just to be around family and friends that I grew up with, like Jasper and Man and Santee, and then having to go against this guy, and talk my trash here and there. It's been a great experience. Some things you'll never forget throughout life. So it's been a great feeling, and I've created some great memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, the experience is great. I mean, especially playing in Rupp with all the people that like I grew up with, playing against them in Little League, baseball, basketball, football, like going like this, it's crazy, like crazy feeling, especially like the Woodford County, like it was crazy. Like Woodford County was in it, we were in it, like that's crazy. Like 2 teams from like basically Lexington, like
and GRC.
Like and GRC, they all grew up like them. Everybody grew up together. Like it was just crazy playing against them, and especially like talking trash. Like just that Wolf game, like got in Aiden's head a little bit. had to round him up a little bit, trying to get a physical battle with me. But you feel me? So it was definitely great feeling.
Now in that game, man, what happened, man?
Hold on, we're not gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the start. I know I watched Big Things after that game. I know y'all see him arm checking me. I know you see it every time. Him trying to push me at the start of the game. That's I don't know. What I heard after the game is that's what you told him. Hey, you was gonna hit me with an elbow to start the game. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true, man. I gotta be physical from the jump, man.
Oh,
Gotta be physical from the
You
jump.
had to be physical with him.
Gotta be physical. Gotta set the tone. Gotta set the tone. For sure.
Yeah, but I love that though. Like it was great. That was a great game too. I love that game.
Yeah. Anytime you get the city together with, especially like the Douglas game in football, it was like the same feeling for basketball. Like both teams got guys from the city and guys that grew up with each other, so it means a lot. So we take those games like personal. So.
Coach, you got anything else, man?
Hey, man, just 2 great young men from great families, man. Shout out to both of them. Proud of y'all cats, man. Staying out of trouble, getting through, doing your things. Big success you had for you over your careers, and wish you both the best, man, for sure.
Now, Kyle, what's up next for you, man? What we got going on with you?
I'm making my decision Friday, actually.
Oh, okay, okay.
Making it Friday. I'm going on a couple more visits. and seeing what I got. But
we got a top 5 list, top 3. You know, just you ain't got to make a
top
decision.
3.
Top 3.
Definitely
What's the
top
top
3.
3? What's the top 3?
Montevallo, Thomas More, and Carson Newman.
All right, man.
I can add Delta State in there, but
My
I think
son
I
just
love
played.
that.
My son just left Carson Newman's. He was there playing football, man. They got
Really?
nice
Did you like it?
Yeah, he had a nice experience there, man. Nice facilities. We've been there, so yeah, man. They got a nice gym.
They turned him into a cowboy down there, so be careful.
Turn me in. I'm already a cowboy.
See,
you in heaven,
I'm
dude.
saying.
You in heaven.
You can see my room right now. I'm already cowboyed out.
You in heaven then.
Hey, we wish y'all the best of luck. Keep doing big things, man. We proud of y'all, and we just want to, we love the run that y'all gave us in the city. You know, we wish y'all could have pulled it out somehow, some way, but we appreciate what y'all have given us, and we look forward to this being a stepping stone for bigger and better things for this area.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right, Coach B, you gonna let him go? All right, y'all. Take care, man.
All right.
All right. Up next. Hold on. Let me get ready, dog. I gotta get ready, Coach. Cause we got a special guest coming up next, Coach. And I gotta make sure I give my man all his respect, Coach B. You know, I gotta get ready for my man. Yes, sir. Up next, we got the winning coach, my man, Coach William Unseld. Coach, man, been a week off. What you been doing now that we done won the Sweet 16, Coach?
Hey, man, listen, resting a little bit last week and was out in Kansas City this past weekend, so still moving and grooving.
All right,
Coach, man, how did he get a shirt so daggone fast, Coach?
Man,
Come on, Coach.
I need to know because I need to get mine too.
You know what I'm saying, Coach? I got one coming for you, Coach.
Stick me, Coach. Stick me.
I need one too. They getting them quicker than I get them.
Coach, man, congratulations on a great year.
Appreciate it.
Undefeated in your district, undefeated in your region and your district. One loss all of your season. Going to Rupp hot.
Yeah.
And do your thing, man. Beat some great teams on the way to the championship, Coach. Congratulations to you that. Man, how do you keep this team focused and prepared when you made this run? So,
man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, my little point guard is the one who did it. You know, he was sharp, man. He was very mature. He kept him focused all year. You know, he was, I gave the message and he seconded all the time. And you know, that he had so much respect from the guys that you know how kids are. They like my own. So sometimes they want to hear me. They get tired of listening to me. But when they hear them, the message means the message. You know, this is what we got locked in to do. And man, you know, he was on them. He was on their neck. No, this is what we doing. This one thing, ain't nothing else. We're gonna do this. And he made sure they got the bed when they supposed to. He called them and everybody in the house. Man, he was focused and determined. And that's why I tell people, you could tell that in the championship game, he hit that half court shot right before the half, and the kids were celebrating. He's like, "Nah, get to the locker room. We ain't done."
Now, Coach, when you got this group, did you know that this was gonna be a special group, or did it kind of just grow and kind of pop up on you?
Nah, you know what? We knew. I knew because my son has played up with him all the time. So all of a sudden, I go watch him in 7th grade, and I'm like, man, these kids are nice. I watched them again in 8th grade. Man, they barely lost in middle school. I think their only couple losses came at the state tournament, in the middle school state tournament. So then I get him ahead. We already knew, so we were already planning. We knew we had a senior laden group their freshman year, which was good for them because they can develop. We beat them up every day in practice and get them prepared. I'll tell parents this all the time: don't rush to get your kid to play varsity because it don't really mean nothing until they get older. Let them get beat up a little bit. Put them somewhere where they're gonna get challenged and beat up every day. They become men real quick. So, but we knew by the sophomore year we was gonna play them. So we kind of started cutting away a little weight in the senior class that was their sophomore year. Just it wasn't a big class already, but these guys were just more talented. So we're like, man. Then COVID hit, and we're really like, well, we're just gonna play the babies. Let them go. Take our lumps now. We'll figure it out after that. We knew how special, but we really knew their freshman year because then Whitney and Walker came with them. Mm-hmm. And when we already were good, and then those two came with them their freshman year, and we was like, oh, we got something. Them dudes, man, and the way they gelled and meshed together right off the bat, I'm telling you, I go in the locker room, man, this year, and be 9 of them laying on the floor. They sitting there laughing, watching TikTok video for practice. And you don't have that all the time with groups, man. You have 2 here, 2 there, 1 over here. They don't want to mess with this one. It went, even at the state tournament or anywhere we went and stayed, they would be in one room. 15, 16 deep. I'm like, hey, man, it's hot in here, man. Y'all need to spread out. But that's how they were.
All right, hold on, Coach. We want to bring in one of our co-hosts, Mr. Ozon. Ozon, we got my Coach Unseld on, just talking about this run and this team. Coach, now you're losing, I think, half of the team, I think, is going to be gone.
Yep.
What's your plans for this next group? I mean, do you have to coach? Now, I think it's almost like you felt like you said the point guard made all of you. Didn't really coach them in that aspect. Now you're gonna have to. What are you gonna have to do with this next group, Coach?
You know what? We're gonna be really good. We probably would never be as good as we just were. That only happens every few years in Kentucky, every once in a while. But we're gonna be really good next year. Kay to be back. I had a kid sitting out that transferred that's really good. He'll be playing next year. He's another 6'4", 6'5", long athletic kid. I had some young kids at the end of my bench that if they was anywhere else, they would have been playing this year. And they just went along for the ride, man, and they waiting their turn. So we're going to surprise a lot of people. Will we be 36-1 state championship good? No, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that lie. But I tell you, when you get through playing us next year, you're going to realize, oh, okay, they still right here.
Hey, Coach.
Go ahead.
I didn't know if they've already asked you this question. Man, y'all been to the Sweet 16, it seems like every other year, man. What do y'all got going on down there, man? What are y'all feeding these kids down there, man? What's the plan down there? What are y'all doing?
Outwork you. That's all I know. I know a little bit about basketball, but I'm going to outwork you. You ain't going to outwork me. I'm competitive. So, we jumping right back in the weight room next week. We outwork you, man. That's why I tell people, and I don't have no hobbies. I ain't golfing all summer. In the gym, but I make it fun for them. People don't realize, like this year, that group we had never ran a suicide. Never, man. I don't, we get in the weight room and I want them to play. That's how we get in shape. We ain't running them lines for no reason unless I'm mad at you. Now we're gonna do that, but it's got a purpose in. But if I can't get you in shape by playing the way, by practicing the way we play, then I ain't doing my job. So our practice is up and down, nonstop, competitive. Dog on dog. Let's see who the best is. And we don't always, we kind of separate them and say, all right, it's easy to put that main 5 together and go knock the JV's head off. But I want to split y'all up and let y'all compete against each other. That builds more respect. But we won 5 out of the last 6 regions here, and this, it's a talented area, man. We've been fortunate, but I've had some dogs that just want to win. My kids are hungry, and basketball means something to them, and they want to win. But we push them, man. We coach them hard, but we love them, but we coach them hard.
Now, this is something I don't know. Ozon had actually brought this up last year. Y'all played the last game of the game. And then this year, y'all played the first game. Do you think that makes a difference? Because I know at the end of this game, Coach Cook said, he kind of felt like maybe his boys might have ran out of gas a little bit.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
How big is that?
Well, I'll tell you, so I think we had the same schedule that GRC had last year. You play that Wednesday, you get Thursday off, you play early Friday, then you play the first game Saturday. Well, they got caught with our schedule like we had, where you play late Friday at 8, late Saturday, the afternoon game, then turn right back around and play again. So you basically play 3 games in 24 hours. Man, that is no. I sit there and lie and say I didn't think, man, that's kind of why we pressed them early in the game, because I wanted to get them legs a little earlier. We went through that last year. We ran it. We had a 6-point lead in that fourth quarter, and we ran out of gas. We bottomed out, and my kids were like, Coach, I'm calling timeouts, trying to get them rest to get them back. I just couldn't get them there all the way. So I thought that'll be a factor. It's tough, but it's Kentucky. You used to it. We can't make no excuses about it. We dealt with that last year. They had to deal with, like you said, we went through Male, Cove Catholic, Murray. Boom, here we go. And my little point guard last year, for those last 2 games, he didn't come off the floor. So he played 64 minutes and had to turn around that championship game. And I'm telling you, in the last 5 minutes, he was gone. And he's a fight little thing. He had left in them legs. So, I get it. We thought they were fatigued because some of the shots started getting short. And they made a good little run. We missed a couple front ends where they kind of got back in it. But I never thought they was going to beat us. I thought we would make the play at some point.
Coach, man, how big of a jump are you expecting to see out of Kai Unseld, your son there, man? Average almost 17 points a game, second lead scorer. He's a junior. You say he's played up many years with these cats. Man, how big of a year are you expecting out of him?
You know what? I expect him. You know, he could have easily averaged 24, 25 for us this year, the way he shoots the ball. But he's so unselfish. Now, this year, his role got to be a little different. He got to put up a few more shots. You know, we've already talked about that. Hey, man, I get you like the pass, but I need you to chuck a few more, man, you know, because they got a higher probability of going in. I think he'll make a huge jump because he's still got another jump to make physically because he's a late bloomer physically. You know, he used to be a chubby kid in middle school that could shoot. Now, all of a sudden, his body has changed on him the last 2 years. And another thing that helped him, man, he's playing with Mo Can, and we flew out to Kansas City, practice with those dudes. He ain't got no choice to get better out there. Because they got some horses, and you know what? He's holding his own. I was like, man, that's what I want to see. You know, he said, I want to play against the best and be with the best. I said, well, there you go.
Hey, Coach, it's a point of contention up here about districting. So, are your kids district down there, or if they live in a certain area, do they go to a certain school, or is it open enrollment down in that area?
Well, you can probably go. You can go anywhere you want coming out of middle school, basically. But you are districted, but you can go out of district if you want to before you play a varsity sport. But like I said, my kids been together since their freshman year. 90% of them been together since middle school. Yeah. So that helped us. You know, we just had this thing, and then the other two came because they wanted to be with that group, and it just became a special group. But you know, most of my kids live within 2 blocks of my school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One other question, I guess, before we get you out of here, I got 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, the shot clock, Coach. How you feel about the shot clock? You know, that's a big thing. Everybody.
Yeah. And I get both sides of it. For me, I wish we had one, just because I want to play fast anyway. You know, so then it takes the threat of, all right, somebody gonna hold the ball. Well, if it's a shot clock, you only gonna hold it for so long. Then that alleviates you having to press as much, because sometimes we're just pressing just to speed the tempo up. You know, we might not turn you over, but all of a sudden you start shooting a couple bad quick ones, we all to the race. So right. You know, if you're gonna play, because my kids want to play in college, 95% of them want to play college basketball. Why not get them prepared now? You know, get used to a shotgun. Now I understand also the expense and having somebody run it, and because we already got a shortage in everything we have right now, referees and everything else. So I get that part of it. But if you gave me the choice, I'd say, yeah, I would love to have one.
All right. And then the one all-state tournament. How you feel about that?
I like that. It sets us off. It sets us different. You know, now it's not, you know, you go talk to a kid in Tennessee, they got 4 or 5 different state champions. There's only one in Kentucky, baby. You know, we give the smaller schools a chance to win the 1A, some 2A, but the big one is only one. And there's been some smaller schools winning. And it ain't always the Louisville Lexington schools, you know. I'm trying to think when last time Louisville won it. You know, GRC's kind of Lexington school, but really when the last time the won it.
Yeah, we call it Lexington East.
Yeah, you know, so it gives everybody opportunity. I know the smaller schools probably complain we need classes, but I just think, man, it'll take away from, you know, the thing about Indiana, they went to class and they still say it takes away from everything else, you know. So I like having one champion. We the top dog. You know, y'all got to come get us next year. We the top dog right now.
Yes, sir. We are, Coach. Coach, we going to see you next season. You going to be around this way next season, Coach?
Man, I'm going to try to go everywhere we can. Right. You know, I'm trying to put this schedule together. As I said, we're in the King of the Bluegrass again. We're gonna jump around, man. I like to compete. I'm not a record person. You know, we went 36-1 this year. I don't really care about that. I want to compete. You know, I want to go get knocked on the head a little bit. Let's see who's going to stand on their 10 and fight back.
That's
what's up.
Well said, Coach.
Y'all got anything else for Coach, man, before we get out of here?
We appreciate it, man. Congratulations on a great season, Coach.
Man, I appreciate
y'all having me.
And I was looking forward to it because I knew it meant we won that thing.
Well, good luck to you, Coach. We'll be looking for you.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. First, I want to say thank you, man, for your contributions during basketball season and all of that. Even though Texas is out, you know.
Hey, you didn't have to send that text message last night.
I'm just saying you at least could respond to my text message.
I was repping. I didn't even get to see the last 10 minutes of the game, man.
When you got home and got in the bed with your wife, you should look at your phone like, Buford ain't nothing.
Look, when I got on the floor, because I had the referee last night, we were up 10 with 10:30 to go. So I'm running up down the court, man. I look at my watch, man. I'm like, 77, what the hell? I'm like, oh, man. I told Marcus, man, I was like, man, we better kick this game off, man. And
yes, they
unfortunately, man, I guess Carr got hurt at some point during the game yesterday. He hurt his leg, and he didn't come back and wasn't the same. The Siju didn't play either last night, man. I know those shouldn't be excuses, but you know what I'm saying? Hats off to Miami, man, because they came back and played a hell of a game.
Now, give us your thoughts on this tournament. Y'all, both of y'all, what's y'all thoughts? First of all, how many teams you got left in your bracket?
0. Going into the Elite Eight, I had 2. I had Gonzaga and I had Texas. And what UConn did to Gonzaga, man, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. But I was talking to Q and those cats the other day on their podcast, man. I said, UConn reminds me of that Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker type team, you know what I'm saying, where those guards are so dominant, man. That's what they remind me of.
And the thing about it, what makes them different, they got the inside game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got big.
They take the one dude all come back with a 7-footer who don't get much time, but he blocking and scoring. They just out-athleted Gonzaga. This is one of the first time you see Gonzaga be out-athleted. You know what I'm saying? They just ramping down on, man. UConn, my favorite right now from here on out, I think.
Yeah, but the way Miami plays, though, man, and I know you've seen them a few times too, by them being an ACC, and those two guards they got Pack. Is it Pack and
Wong?
Wong, yeah, and those guys can go, man. So
I just feel like they inconsistent.
But the overall, my overall thoughts on the tournament, man, is wild. This is what March Madness is all about. You know what I'm saying? And it should be like this instead of the Blue Bloods being there all the time. You giving other teams opportunities to wreck the party, man. And that's what it's all about.
What that means is he's still trying to get a championship trophy in that barren trophy case they got there at Texas basketball. All it is dust and one big 12 championship over there.
Yeah, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Just first of all, we got to hire back Rodney Terry.
They did. They gave him a 5-year contract today.
Oh, did okay? I've been down here in my community seminar.
I just said it came across ESPN. Yes, it came across ESPN.
So that's good. Well, that's a start right there, man. So, and trying to keep those guys. I know Carr may leave. I know, what's the other kid's name? The light-skinned cat with the braids. I know he may leave. The Shizu may leave. Sir Jabari Parker may leave, man. So we got to reload, man. We got to get it back going.
Absolutely. Well, man, I want to give a shout out to you, man. Appreciate you stepping in, man, being a big help. You know, the big guy been down, but man, I appreciate you. It's been fun watching you do middle school, do the high school. Yeah, it's been good, man. Thank you for helping in, keep the truck straight. That's a job in itself. We ought to see your paycheck.
Hey, man. Hey, truthfully, man, it was truly an honor, man, and a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? This is a lifelong dream for me to do this type of stuff, man. So, like I told y'all, man, anytime y'all need me, if I'm available, man, you know I'm going to step up and be there for you guys, man.
Well, now as we get ready to close out this episode, you know, we've been through this season, looking forward to next year in the future, man. You know, we had 3 teams from our area make it to the Final Four in the Sweet 16. What are your thoughts on the future for high school basketball in Big Things County?
Man, I see some great young talent coming through, especially over at Bryan Station, man. If those kids can stay together, man, Champ may have a whip over there. Douglas, man, with those 2 young Thundercats they got over there, man. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they can get some big. I think that's the only thing that they were missing was a legitimate big. You know what I'm saying? So Avion and Melo could shoot them gaps so they wouldn't have to rim protect so much. You know what I'm saying? What Gerard's going to have coming through over at Taste Creek, man, is going to be nice. Great crossing, man. Nobody's even talking about them, man. Nobody's even talking about them. And those young cats over there, man, the basketball in this area for the next 2, 3, 4 years, man, is gonna be phenomenal. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, big things invites me back so we can help capture some of these moments, man.
Man, as always, that's been Living Donor. I'm Coach Butte, my man, Coach Ozon, stepping in big for us this season. Shout out to Q, Pete, everybody that stepped up, man. Jay Bird, Coach TB's on assignments. Coach Truck, anything else?
Peace. Hi.